having a real good time. Our ancestors keep telling us way back before we were born, the best of times from long ago. This carnival we come to know, masqueraders jumping everywhere. Tribal songs with music fill the air. You hear? Carnival is fun time is happy time. Get on the road and walk, everybody behind a truck. Everybody jumping, having a real good time. We get on the road and walk, see we chipping behind a truck. Carnival is fun time is happy time. Get on the road and walk, everybody behind a truck. Everybody jumping, having a real good time. We get on the road and walk, every chip. It's like a therapy, that good for we soul. When we feel the vibes, we don't lose control. And it's madness on the street, so the music sounds so sweet. Every rum we drinking it. Whoa. Man jamming and woman and man. Some lose their wives, some lose their husband. But still, carnival is fun time is happy time. Get on the road and walk, everybody behind a truck.
Let's behave with that this morning. Let's behave with that this morning,
yeah.
Start to go down that road there already.
Get on the road and walk.
Start to get the carnival vibes and
get
all
behind a truck. Yeah, the NNP truck we getting behind right now.
The delivery truck.
Delivery truck. Yeah, we will roll behind that truck. Yeah, we have education, healthcare, housing, youth program, everything in that truck. We rolling behind it. Yeah, NNP truck.
Here's what. You hear the man that's singing there, Randy Isaac? He is going to be in action on Friday night.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's going to be the... You know, I'm making this one now to split myself between Dragon Bay and the Carnival City. I know how to do it.
Okay.
But it go work somehow.
Half.
Yeah. So it's the launch of the Northwest Kaiso Brigade. That's happening this Friday. And it's from 8 p.m. at Dragons Bay inside of Molyneux. They're going to have Baraka, Superstar, Crocator, Dash, Short Priest, Tama, Baby L, Snaky Boy, Randy Isaac, Zingo, and the big bag artists. More. Yeah.
Yeah, more the real hard artists, yeah.
Yeah, more is
the surprise artists.
I wonder how Zingo sing this year. Let me see if we could find a Zingo this year. Let me hear what Zingo had to say.
Hands up! Hands up!
No, that's Burbis, man. I have a Zingo somewhere there now. I go pull the Zingo. Burbis, good morning to you. The muscle man. I'm waiting on you, brother. I'm waiting on you, the muscle man out there in Brooklyn. Good morning to you, bro. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. Looking forward to seeing you back home on the Isle of Spice. Yes, man.
Carnival time.
It's Steve Theodore. It's a long time I ain't here. Steve, man. Steve, you ain't putting out something this year, man? Yeah, Steve Theodore. A special good morning to you as well, bro. Yeah. What else is that Friday?
Oh, yeah, Friday, St. David Constituency Branch of the NNP.
Nice.
At their headquarters in Corinth. Yeah, the monthly fundraising activity, right, takes place right there at Corinth in the constituency office. Barbecue, right? They barbecuing fish, they barbecuing pork, they barbecuing chicken. You understand? They are the waters and that kind of thing. So go there and support. Right, from around 5 p.m. in the evening, Friday the 7th. Go out and support, right, the members of the constituency of St. David, NNP branch, right? Support. It's vital.
Hey, let me just say this to my good friend Zingo, who I'm pretty sure is listening. Zingo, I lost my files. In fact, I reset my phone, so it reset all the messages to 2 a.m. Morning before, which means that all the messages, everything that was sent to me after 2 a.m. morning before have been lost, including the tune that you sent to me. So please send it back to me again now. Please send it back to me.
Oh, also is the launch of the Rainbow City Promoters, right? That is the Peter Bain and Sons.
Oh, well, yes, man.
Yes,
Mass.
Yeah, Peter Bain and family and sons and Grenville. They having their launch on Friday the 7th. Yeah, at the Peter Bain's resident in Grand Bras. Barbecue on sale, enough artists. Come and support and see the different designs of the costumes and everything. Hey, you know, Peter Bain have it locked, so come out and support.
let me say a special good morning to Mr. and Mrs. Crookshank. I know they're having a wonderful day today. Loyal listeners of Hard Talk.
Yeah.
But our number one fan, and watch, I mean, a lot of people might vex when I say it's our number one fan. But you see, Hannah,
can't help it.
we can't. Hannah listens to this program religiously. Messages before, during, and after the program. So, I mean, when it comes to it, Hannah hitting you on WhatsApp, she hitting you on Facebook. You watch. She's just all over. So let's say a very special morning to our number one, Hannah. And we hope you have a fabulous day today. We have a caller online. Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Mr. Scott.
Hi, morning.
Oh, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Is
Yes, Sheldon.
Hi.
Mr. Sita?
Mr. Cecil, how are you, sir?
I am good. How are you?
I'm quite fine, sir. I'm looking at the carnival season. I find I'm getting the vibes.
You getting the vibe?
Yes, sir.
Morning, Mr. Sita.
Oh, Lord, no.
I the one that answer and say good morning, and you find it's hard to say good morning to me.
No.
Good
I
morning,
will
sir.
always say a special good morning to you.
And how you doing, sir?
I'm good. I can't complain.
All right. Well, that's good to hear. Once you can't complain, I know Carnival is in good hands.
Well, give us a little update. Let us know what is taking place at this. I know we had launch on the weekend. We had St. John and St. Andrew. They were launched on the weekend. I'm hearing a preliminaries. Let us know what's going on.
Well, there's a lot going on. We start the Soca Mona quarterfinals tomorrow night. So it's going to be tomorrow night at Carnival City, then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have about 115 artists that would have registered for the Soca Monarch competition, and about the same for the Groovy Monarch competition. So it kicks off tomorrow night. I can give you a listing of the artists that would be performing tomorrow night, trying to make it to the semifinals and then on to the finals. So for Thursday, we have Jeff Dumont, who is the Stinger. Let me give you their sobriquet because most people don't know their real names. We have the Stinger, we have Jai Angel, Ice Chris, Presnello, Moses Rank, we have Hits, we have K1, we have Blazer, we have Baby L, Candle, Pluto, Shamaka, we have Zingo, we have Gage the Maddis, we have Reba, we have Grandpa Chain, we have Superstar, AJ Matic, Happy Boy, Little John, Simple Dan, Outer Range, Jab King, Double Standard, Coco, John Roll, and Soca Shack. And that's all happening tomorrow at Carnival City. Of course, we start 8 p.m. sharp, and it's going to start on time because we have a huge cast before the judges tomorrow night. So we want to encourage people to come on down. It's only $10. It's happening Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Friday, we have the likes of Jigsaw, Billa, Dae, the Grenada, Michael Jackson, Leadneck, Raider, Hammer, Blaze, Tonic, Mr. West, Muddy, Scotty, Little Natty and Thunder, Squeezehead, Mandela Lynx, Big Dog, Robolus, King Arthur, Little Kerry, Winboy, a.k.a. Mr. Walkie, Hazard, Capone, Sheldon Douglas, Cloud 5, Short Pre, Mozo, Black Bringers, Killer Bee, and the original Rhythm Mix. So we've got, a huge cast lineup over the weekend. It all kicks off tomorrow at Carnival City. So we're encouraging people to come on down and support. Only $10 admission.
And we're hearing the names of several former Soca Monarchs and Groovy Monarchs coming up there. I heard Short Pre, I heard Sheldon Douglas. I also know, I'm not too sure if they were in that you just mentioned, but people like Boogie B, former Soca Otis.
We have a lot of them lined up. I only gave you Thursday and Friday's lineup so far. We also have a big lineup on Saturday and a huge lineup on Sunday. So, we're encouraging people come down and support.
I haven't heard Lava Man, so Lava ain't taken, okay.
No, I haven't seen the likes of Lava Man. But definitely he's been blazing the trail this year. I'm going to tell you that I'm very impressed with his music this year.
Yeah. So we have that taking place. When is the Groovy Monarch scheduled to begin? The
Groovy Monarch will kick off at Carnival City on Friday, July 14th. We're going to have 3 rounds of preliminary competition. So it'll be Friday, July 14th, Saturday, July 15th, and of course, culminating on July 16th. We then move straight into the 10 judging. So we're going to have the 10th hosted by Janice Augustine. They will judge on the 19th of July. On the 20th of July, we have Calypso Kingdom. On the 21st of July, we have Northwest Brigade. On the 22nd of July, we have the Kaisobad's tent. On the 23rd of July, we have the Kingman tent. And then on the 24th of July, we have Images House of Soca, which they're coming back into competition after 2 years.
A long time.
Mm-hmm. We also have kicking off, and we're happy to see it, we have the All Mass competition back at the Youth Center, and that's on July 23rd. So there's a lot happening. Then we move straight into the Groovy semifinals, which will be at Carnival City on July 26th. Then we head straight into Soca Monarch semis on the 28th of July. The Melody Papitet Calypso semifinals on July 30th, and both at Grenville Bus Terminal. So there's a lot happening. And then the traditional Mass Festival is heading straight back to Victoria Harcourt this year, and that's going to be on the 29th of July. So there's a lot happening.
So it's headed to the Harcourt in Victoria this time?
Yeah, they're saying the Harcourt. They're really looking to do something different, and hats off to the Carnival Committee in St. Mark. In fact, hats off to all the committees this year. They've done a tremendous job in making sure that their launches were successful. I can't say hats off to the idiots that choose to fight during these events. That's something that we need to look at. But
the police go handle them.
Yeah, but I've been advocating personal responsibility, and I think, we seem to be in a time where we're always looking for a plaster for something, and nobody takes personal responsibility for themselves or the people around them.
That's true. That's true, because I try to understand, why would I leave home with a cutlass or a knife or something, pay all that money to go inside a venue and pay for all that nice clothes, to go and tear it up and blood it up and end up in trouble in court and all kind of thing? Why would I leave home to... The mentality, that's what I can't understand.
It's the mentality. Take the cutlass and go in the bush and cut some grass.
Yeah, I agree.
So Sheldon, guy, it's a jam-packed season. Lots happening. I'll keep you posted as we move along. Want to encourage everybody to come out at Carnival City tomorrow night. It's the first round of preliminary competition in the Soca Monarch. Come out. It's only $10 admission. You're going to see at least 28 to 30 artists each night, all vying for a position in the semi-final round of competition.
Mr. Sital, the preparation for the Queen Show and Panorama, how has that been going so far? Are you encouraged with what you have seen so far?
We're very encouraged by the move of the Queen Show. Sponsorship is down, and I seem to be the bearer of bad news all the time, but it's the reality of the business that I am in. Sponsorship is done, so one of the things we looked at doing as an organization was to also cut our cost, and we've moved the Queen Show to the Spice Basket. It's still going to be able to accommodate the same amount of people that usually come to Queen Show and maybe some more. So far, the response has been phenomenal. In fact, the ticket outlets are calling me, telling me that people are already asking for tickets, and I think people are trying to secure tickets because it's a different venue and they're looking for good seats. So that is good. We're still working with Panorama, the Pan Associations, working on how we're going to make this year Panorama one of the best ever. I'm happy that dialogue is open and both sides are willing to come to the table to put best foot forward to make sure that we have a really successful Panorama season 2017.
Okay, and Monday Night Mass, how many bands we're looking at this year, if you have those figures off the top of your head already?
So far we have about 6 bands registered. We're seeing the lights of new bands, like we're seeing Waggy T coming out with a band, we're seeing Judah coming out with a band this year. So we're seeing, Junior George as well, Amazing Colors, and quite a number of other bands. We have seen some of the corporate bands jump out of competition, but we have seen other people coming in to take their place. So it's looking like it will also be a successful display for Monday Night Mass, and we're excited about it.
And one of the areas that I'm always interested in, Pretty Mass, traditional mass.
Definitely. Pretty Mass is on the rise. We're seeing new bands coming into the fold. We're very excited. I'm very excited with the new leadership of the Mass Band Association under the leadership of Ann Pear and people like Candida Patrice and stuff, people who are dedicated to culture and moving the culture forward. So the relationship is better, and we're all looking to see how we can push things forward in the right direction. In terms of traditional mass, I would have met with the the bigwigs in terms of traditional mass to really make sure that we can do something to push it forward. We have seen it dying over the years, but I said, we have a personal responsibility as a Spice Mass Corporation, not only to be the producer of the event, but to also push the preservation of traditional mass. So that has been my focus, making sure that traditional mass receives the subvention it needs to carry itself along. We often find that most of the corporate sponsors, they jump behind the fancy mass bands and so forth, because I do understand the mileage they're looking for, brand recognition and all of that. But often the traditional mass bands like the Maypole, the Shortney, the Veco, the Wild Indian, whatever it is, you find they don't get that corporate sponsorship that they're looking for. So we have a mandate and a role to make sure that we preserve that aspect of our culture for future generations, and it's something that we're seriously looking at.
All right. So I don't know if Devon has any more questions for you.
I think that's all. I don't want to push my luck.
No,
yeah, you better to talk about tongue and country nonsense.
Let me push my luck now.
You're pushing your luck?
Yeah. How have things, because as a Spice Mass Corporation, you'd be in contact with things like the Hotel Association, and so what are bookings looking like for the carnival season? And presently I'm speaking to several persons out there in the US, and so are saying, well, they're coming home. I'm seeing muscles and all that. They're coming home. They're definitely going to be here for the carnival season. So how are bookings and so looking?
Well, we definitely work closely with the Grenada, the GTA, and definitely things are looking, how do I say good? I can't say good if people can't find rooms, because I want everybody to come.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say good if people can't find flights. I would say they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Possibility of more flights?
Welcome. We have worked with the GT, and we've had the likes of Caribbean Airlines and so forth, Leah, throwing on additional flights, but those flights are already sold out.
Wow.
So in terms of us getting people in, definitely we're going to have a bumper carnival. I would love if we could get more people to come in, but I know that right now there is a serious crisis in terms of getting flights to come here, and we're happy that the lovely one has joined us, so they're going to be coming up with the boat from Trinidad. So definitely a lot of people who can't get on flights from Trinidad to get here are looking to book on the lovely one. So definitely we're heading in the right direction. But in terms of hotels, a lot of the hotels are booked up completely. People are finding it very hard to find flights. The flights out of the United States have the limited seats that are available have skyrocketed in terms of pricing. So it's good and bad, Sheldon.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing for us to see that amount of interest is being shown in Spice Mass. So that's definitely a good one. Also, we'd like to thank you so very much, Mr. Sita Hal, for taking the time from your busy schedule. It's carnival time, so we know you're busy throughout the year, but you're especially busy around now.
Yeah, the madness starts.
Yes.
Don't take too long. You're taking too long to come and make a comment.
I'm taking too long to what?
Every week call. Just pick up the phone and call. Share
Muscles,
the love.
Muscles is here too.
Yeah.
Muscles ain't coming. Muscles reach.
Yeah, Muscles here already. So, Mr. Sital, we would love. We are extending an invitation to you. If you can give us a call once a week, as the carnival progresses.
Yeah, remind us
and an update.
Definitely, guys. Definitely.
Right.
Thank you for providing a platform for us to share the information with the general public. We do appreciate it. Our doors are always open, so anytime you need clarity on anything at all, please feel free to give me a call.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
No problem, guys.
All right, bye. Yes, we were speaking there with the CEO of the Spice Mass Corporation, Mr. Kirk Sitahal.
Oh, yeah.
And, hey, see that Queen show? I think a lot of persons...
They win already.
No, but a lot of persons in their mind have already settled on who win that Queen show. Let me explain something to you. You see, when it comes to Queen show, I know a lot of people, because a lot of people, I ain't saying who and I ain't saying from where, but a lot of people, they already have in their mind fixed who winning Queen show. But I'll tell you something. It is a tough competition.
When you look at the contestants,
exactly,
they are well-rounded, all of them.
And it's also dangerous when you're so focused on one person that you don't know what the other's coming with.
Exactly.
And on the night, you could never tell. Yeah? You could never tell.
But you know what?
So it's an open Queen. You think, what? Buy your ticket earlier.
We're not interested. The venue.
Yes.
For the Queen Show.
It's going
I
to
love
lend.
it. No, I love it.
It's going to lend to the ambiance. It's going to lend to that Queen Show.
I love it.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
And it's also not the type of stage where, you know, like in the Trade Center, you're looking up. In that venue, you're looking down.
Yes.
Yeah, there's that slant, that angle. So you have a better view of everything, and you can tell perfectly. You know, it's just a wonderful venue, a wonderful choice. I think it's an applaudable move by the Spice Mass Corporation and the organizers of the Queen Show to move to that venue.
I mean, they have done a number of things so far that is, I mean, unexpected and panned out to be real good. I really want to thank Mr. Sital and his team, you know, for really putting out.
And also, let me say a special good morning to Party Grenada.
Yes,
yeah, if you want to find out the information outside of the Spice Mass Corporation website, you can go to www.partygrenada.com. And Party Grenada has been around now for all kind of people with all kind of website. How much years? Party Grenada has been around 15 years, 20, 15 years.
Wow.
Party Grenada has been around. And yeah, you could actually go and see Carnival from in the early 2000s and maybe even the 1990s. Yeah, you can get the 1990s. So you get the early 2000s.
It's a source of Carnival information or activities.
Yeah.
Related to
yeah. So you can go to www.partygrenada.com and you could get not only updated information on the Carnival activities, like you could go to the Spice Mass Corporation website. That's spicemassgrenada.com. Yeah, so you could go to spicemassgrenada.com, get all your listings, especially of the artists. Like if you want to know what the artists will be performing tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. In my case, I want to go to all, so I know there is a $40 at a put aside day and that kind of thing. Right, nice. Yeah, so you know that those are coming up. And also, you can go to Party Grenada and you'll find out not only about the carnival activities, but you'll find out about some of the fetes and so that coming up, the Extreme White or the whatever it is, and all the other fetes that are coming up. You'll find out about them, the artists and so that will be on them, and the ticket venues and all of that.
Wonderful. Yeah.
My advice to persons though, especially for the Queen Show, buy your tickets early. I told you all that for Grenada Invitational, and you all remember how that turned out.
You didn't listen.
Buy your ticket. Boy, a lot of people listen, boy. What?
Not enough.
I was passing through town, I remember, and I met a lady, and she said, "Mr. Scott, I hear you say buy my ticket early. I went and I buy it early, and thank God I do that, because look what happened. Everybody asking for ticket now, but I inside."
Inside. That's the advantage. Get your tickets early.
Yeah.
Because I know the Queen Show would be a bomb.
And you may have a relative who is one of the contestants. You may have a friend who is one of the contestants. You do not want on the night that you don't have a proper seat for them to be able to see you, so to give them that positive energy. You want to make sure you have a proper seat. You want to make sure that you're in a position that the whole of the place could hear you when you're screaming for your contestant and so on. So make sure that you get your tickets early for all the activities, but in particular for the Queen Show.
You ever fella up in the north start boasting already about, St. Patrick's have it all and we will win it again, and it's all right.
All of the ladies are extremely beautiful.
Oh, they will get a surprise.
Extremely lovely.
Everybody coming first.
What we have right now are world. They win already.
They win already. All of them.
They're not easy, you know.
No, because the quality I've been watching, man, it's difficult. They win already, all of them.
That is the most politically safe statement I hear in a long time.
They win already. They are no side. They win.
Muscle man, you hear him? Yeah. So it's wonderful. To know that we have all these activities that are taking place. The Groovy though.
Yes.
You had to figure, you said the Groovy is nearly as much as the Soca Monarch. So you have 100 and something.
6 or 16, somewhere around there. Man.
That's wonderful.
That's wonderful.
We have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Cammy, good morning.
Teresa Scott.
We're hearing you.
Yes, darling, we're hearing you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Cammy. We're hearing you.
We're hearing you, Cammy.
Hello.
Hey, let me just pull this.
Cammy, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, go ahead. We're hearing you.
How are you doing?
quite fine. Just go ahead because I'm gonna have to put down this phone or we'll have a feedback.
Yes.
But we're hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I just called to say good morning,
All right.
and tell the mister to come and collect it in today.
Okay, Mr.
You hear
Watts.
me?
Yes.
Yes, we
Yes,
heard you, Mr. Watts.
Yes. Tell him to come and pick up it in today if you have time.
Okay.
And I'll coconut oil. Anybody want coconut oil?
Okay, great.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right, my love.
Well,
Yeah, so,
okay, and so
Mr. Watts, yeah, make sure you pass and collect the
make sure you
thing.
pass by Cammy.
Nice.
And Cammy, we know you bad phone and thing,
Yeah.
You know thing. Listen to the radio.
No, she can't listen to the radio and talk to us.
Oh yeah. No, I'm saying don't listen to the radio. Listen to the phone. Talk, carry on the
No,
conversation.
I'll pass by
on
Cammy.
the
I think
phone.
I know what the problem
Yes.
is. I'll pass and sort it out for her. Yeah. But
Cammy a bad phone, you know.
hey, Cammy,
What-
talk
what-
to her. Don't get tapped with
Don't
Cammy,
talk
you know.
thing, you know. All the playing Cammy taking picture all playing the fool and
Right
thing, you know.
now, right now, you could link Camille Teresa Scott on WhatsApp.
Yes,
no?
on WhatsApp.
She on Facebook
on
now.
Facebook.
She YouTubing and thing.
Messenger, everything.
Don't get tapped.
Yeah, CamilleScott.com.
So don't feel all you go say nothing on Facebook and thing
Yeah.
and she ain't go know now. She know.
She
Nobody
know
had to
now.
come and tell her somebody say it on Facebook. She know. She in it.
And,
Yeah.
right now, she have a set of a bottle of coconut oil. Pure coconut oil. $30 a bottle. It's the cheapest you could find, and the quality is great.
They
Check out
can't
Camille.
make up their mind about coconut oil. First it was healthy, then it was unhealthy, then it was healthy again, now it's unhealthy again. Listen, the people on them who 80 something, 90 something, and 100 and something years old was using coconut oil
Exactly.
since they was born. And there's 80 something and 90 something years
And they're
old.
still using it.
That is my medical proof. Leave me and my coconut oil alone.
Oil alone.
Buy the coconut oil out.
Buy the
Can we
coconut.
have? Buy it out.
$30 for a bottle.
Yeah.
Pass and just buy it out.
Buy it out.
Yes.
Especially those of you who are here and you'll be here throughout the carnival season. Buy it now because you may not get it when you're ready to go back. So men like
Exactly.
muscles and thing.
Yeah.
Pass by Cammy on the terminal in town. She's by the Grenville bus stand.
Yep.
The Grenville over the hills bus stand. We can to Grenville bus stand.
Number 6.
Yeah. So pass by Cammy, purchase your coconut oil and thing and put it away. In other words, you're safe.
Oh,
It's like register and ready. And we're going on that in our next 7 minutes from 11. We'll start just now.
Yeah. By the way, the Grenville Bus Association, right, on Sunday coming, that's the 9th of July, they are going out on a cleanup drive over the Granny Tang. You know, of the project that the Ministry of Implementation and NAGMA and so is
the Black Forest project.
right,
Yeah.
the Black Forest project. They are going and do their bit, right, helping to clean up. Supervised by these agencies and so. And they are going out on Sunday, please the Lord, as from 6. So anyone who willing to join the members of the Grenville Bus Association, you're welcome. Talk to Crystal, Ram, these guys and them, and they will give you the information. They are going out there and assisting in making around the Granican roadway much safer and more beautiful.
You know, when we started call Grenville bus drivers, we just end up in problems.
Yes.
So Rex, good morning. That's the most efficient way over the
You are the
Rex, you know they can't stop that.
Fluffyless,
Rex is a boy.
Fluffyless and Stanley.
Yeah, who could
Uncle Fluffy. the
Uncle
teddy
Fluffy.
bear, the
If you
teddy bear.
they call
soft.
they call him Fluffy.
Yes.
Because when you take a ride on Fluffy bus,
it's
it's like soft,
Snuggles.
smooth.
Yes.
Yeah? It's like-
Reliable.
Like the fella gone by the girl say, "Oh gosh, whisper soft words into my ear." Say sponge, feather.
Uncle Fluffy, let me hear the laugh. Let me hear the laugh and the smile, Uncle Fluffy. And the passengers.
Uncle Fluffy, man.
Uncle Fluffy.
The ride Fluffy, the
Yes,
fella
yes,
Fluffy.
yes. Everything I
So
want
you're getting
to
a
do just-
fluffyless ride.
Fluffyless, comfortable teddy bear.
Uncle Fluffy. Morning, Uncle Fluff.
And good morning to all the bus drivers of our nation. We hope you having a
Old dog.
wonderful day. And
Old dog, morning.
yeah, and all the drivers around, be careful. Our students around the island, they are out there in their little bus trip and visiting different sites and so. So motorists out there, look out for the bus loads of young children and so. Be careful and pay attention to the future of our country. Right? Please.
And then you have those who are at home and they're playing and so on. So at a point in time when you're used to not having to look out for children up and down the road,
they're there.
They're there. They're playing the little cricket, the little football, or they're just playing hide and seek, or they're just running and so on. So you have to be a little, we know that you're vigilant, but you have to be a little more vigilant than normal. Yeah?
They are so important.
Yeah. So it's 4 minutes to the hour of 11 o'clock on the Spice Island of Grenada, as we have presently taking place on the Isle of Spice. We have the 38th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community. And yesterday afternoon, we had the opening ceremony to a packed house down there at the Grenada Trade Center. Lots of wonderful speeches, Lots of wonderful speeches.
Lots of wonderful speeches.
But one particular speech I want to kind of...
Yeah, he kind of,
Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell.
The elder statesman.
That was a revolutionary speech.
Yeah. One of the best I think I've heard in a long time.
I've heard wonderful speeches from the Grenadian Prime Minister before, my political leader. But yesterday, I think that one rates as one of the best that I've heard from him. And I'll say why. It was a person who is relaxed in their politics. They're relaxed. Yeah?
As he said, in his twilight.
Yeah, as he says, he's in the departure lounge of his political career. And the good thing about this is that he's in the departure lounge on his own terms.
Yeah.
It's not a situation that his political organization, as has happened to many political leaders throughout the Caribbean. We saw what happened to Patrick Manning right after the 2010 election.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, they nearly pushed him out of Balizé House the same night. Yeah? We've seen what happened to Baz Deopande in Trinidad. You've seen what happened to a lesser extent, Portia Simpson-Miller in Jamaica, even though she would have left and so on. So you've seen different political leaders throughout the Caribbean, in some instances having been forced out and that kind of thing. But Dr. Mitchell is leaving on his own terms. Yeah?
Very much so.
He's leaving on his own terms. And as such, he's extremely relaxed. In fact, the man was just, you read the speech and thing, and he was very relaxed.
Very.
So he was able to speak and address issues that some of the other heads might be afraid to address and deal with. For instance, the Venezuela issue.
Yeah. Very candid.
There are heads that would not speak about the situation in Venezuela.
Not Doc. Doc is going to speak about it.
But as he said, it is something that CARICOM, because some of us are bordered by Venezuela. Grenada is one of the only countries. Grenada, Guyana,
Trinidad,
and Suriname.
Yeah. 4 of them.
Bordered by Venezuela. And as such, these countries have an interest in what takes place in Venezuela. And CARICOM, which has various trade agreements, etc. with Venezuela, it's important that the Caribbean people engage both sides in Venezuela, not just the government side, but the opposition side as well. It's important that CARICOM, not necessarily individual countries, because there was a vote in relation to that at the Organization of American States. And you saw that while some Caribbean countries voted in favor of it, some voted against it. Grenada abstained, because the approach of Grenada is that you need to speak to all sides. You don't just attack the government and you don't speak with the opposition. You speak with all sides and try to come to a resolution.
That's the only way.
And it's not just that Grenada looks at that sort of approach on the regional or international level. That's the approach the party itself, the New National Party, has taken. That is why the New National Party has been able to expand. Between 2013 and 2017, you've seen the NNP expand. So you see people who may have even worked on the last NDC political campaign are in the NNP.
They are no more for the yellow.
Yeah, they are firmly in the NNP.
Firmly.
Yeah. So it is an approach where not because you're on that side or you're on that side means that we ought not to talk to you. So you heard Dr. Mitchell raise that particular issue. There are CARICOM heads who would be afraid and wouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know. But Dr. Mitchell had always said that, look, these are issues that we have to deal with. It goes to the heart of the integration movement in the Caribbean. If we cannot talk about our airlines that affects us so dearly, if we cannot talk about our cricket, that is a pride, right, of the Caribbean. And so, I mean, come on, Venezuela, if we can't talk about this thing openly, then I don't know where we're going. And Dr. Mitchell, now taking up the head of this grouping, has decided, look, we have to deal with these things head on. We cannot stay in the back and wonder and be divided. We have to go with a organized and united team to approach these issues.
And also, looking at the speech again, he spoke of another critical issue in the Caribbean. That's the issue of air transportation.
Yeah.
We just spoke with the CEO of the Spice Mass Corporation. Yeah, we just spoke with the CEO, and you heard of the difficulty that some persons are having in relation to getting flights into and out of Grenada.
Festive time, and that has been going on for a number of years.
Yeah.
We need to get reach some resolution to that.
So it has to be that, and Prime Minister was very clear on that yesterday.
Yeah, very clear.
It cannot be a situation where there is political influence in the operations of the Leeward Island Air Transport Service, or LIAT as we know it.
Too much.
There cannot be political influence. So it cannot be that this country, because of their thing, decide that they're giving money, that country decide that they're not giving money. It must be an independent body, operated as a business. And to facilitate that, he was very clear on it, to facilitate that, all of the islands which are serviced by LIAT need to reduce their taxes in relation to airline tickets and the services that are provided through the airline industry. It needs to be reduced. In other words, he is willing to make the move here in Grenada because he's the one saying it. The other islands have to also do it, because it wouldn't make sense that you do it in Grenada and then St. Vincent doesn't do it, or Antigua doesn't do it, or Barbados doesn't do it, or Trinidad doesn't do it. In the same way that it's a regional approach to put it at that level, it must be the regional approach to reduce it.
Have to be.
Yeah.
See, and that will encourage much more travel within the Caribbean, thus growing the economies of the Caribbean. I mean, it's so many issues that has to be tackled, and I think Dr. Mitchell has laid out the platform, the vision where he wants to see, and not just him, but he and the Grenadian people, because he represents us, wants to see where that discussion is going. He wants to lay that table down and say, look, man, this is where we need to go. We need to tackle these things head on, right? Our country depends on it. I mean, look at the sectors involved, the airline, the industry, right? The whole question of the togetherness with the different economies, the free trade and everything like that. We must, as a unit, and I think it's time. Over 20-something years now, we have been together as a unit. I mean, it's difficult, right, to get all the different, ideas and so together. But I think it's time, after 20-something years, we should be able to hit common ground any time from now.
And this is not Dr. Mitchell's first dance around the ballroom.
No.
He has been involved. He's been the head of CARICOM before.
Lots of times.
And he's also held various positions in CARICOM, head of ICT. He was the chief person in relation to cricket. He would have resigned that position. And he resigned that position, he said yesterday. He said you can't expect him to speak at a meeting like that and not speak about cricket, because if you have an agreement, oh goodness, you have an agreement as the CARICOM heads of government. So you have an agreement along with the West Indies Cricket Board of Control that you're going to do this review, and at the end of the review, the cricket board is supposed to stand by whatever comes out of it, the recommendations and so on. And some regional leaders, even after agreeing to that, when the results came out, side with the board of control and decide that they're not going to keep their promise and abide by the rules simply because it was not in line with what they wanted at the point in time.
And that was not nice.
And now you have West Indies, and I would say it as it is.
They're scrambling.
They're not only scrambling. Imagine West Indies had a boast about beating Afghanistan.
Yes, imagine that.
Afghanistan,
boast about beating Afghanistan.
A country that had to worry about ISIS and Osama, well, not Osama bin Laden, but ISIS and Al-Qaeda still, the Taliban and all this kind of thing, still worry about bombing from different people and so, including Devon friends, the United States and the coalition forces and that kind of thing, and the internal tribal fighting and all this kind of thing. barely have a cricket team. And we, the mighty West Indies, who used to, by the time we take the field, used to see Englishmen stand up trembling when they seeing fellas coming down with the ball, when they see people like Curtly Ambrose and so coming.
And
These
Joel
guys used to
Gannon,
physically tremble. Ghana.
Holding.
Yeah, the 3Ws.
Yeah.
When they see these guys, they used to be trembling. We had to boast about beating Afghanistan.
Imagine that. And here, make it worse, we have not yet qualified for the ICC World Cup. I mean, they are the first 8 teams.
We win that.
We win that, once, twice or so. We won it. We are the first winners of this thing. Now we have to go in a playoff with the lesser known teams like Afghanistan and Scotland and come on.
And we are supposed to sit down and accept that?
Never happen. Well, I know Dr. Mitchell and the Grenadian people are not willing to sit down and accept that.
Well, definitely Grenada will not be siding with mediocrity.
Nope, at all.
And we will not be siding with mediocrity. We won't be accepting that. You have, look, you have this kind of favoritism thing that they can, in fact, like, we're going too deep into that cricket thing now. Because if we go too deep in that cricket thing, it might end up kind of different, yeah? Yeah, but you see, I don't even mention scores from cricket and thing. You know why? Because I don't bother to watch this again,
No, don't.
I refuse to take my time and sit down to watch what passes as West Indies cricket.
But
Call me unpatriotic, call me un-West Indian. I refuse to sit down and watch what passes at West Indies cricket right now. I ain't wasting my time to sit down and watch that.
Sometimes I can't help it.
I
sit down
I could help it.
And the game
I'm not listening and I'm not watching until they sort themselves out.
Yeah, they have
I don't
to.
mind if they're losing, but they're losing after making an effort to win. By doing the proper things and stop being spiteful. A man send a text message or an email and you want to ban him for that.
But
one of your best players.
I see they bring back Chris Gayle. They bring back Chris Gayle for the T20 against England. Against India, sorry.
Man. I refuse to waste my time and watch what passes for West Indies cricket. Who want to vex with me, I ain't wasting my time.
And they ain't thinking about no West Indies cricket board no more, It's Cricket West Indies. They change the name. They have a whole new... this guy that they have there as president, man, he is doing his own thing. He has a mission, in my view, to destroy West Indies cricket. And that is what he has been doing. Every single thing. Look at the selections of the team. Look at how you deal with the Players Association, everything like that. Look at how you handle, the people of the West Indies or the Caribbean. Yeah. No explanation, nothing.
So cricket is a whole program in itself.
Yes, But Dr. Mitchell did mash some toes when it comes to that.
Let's just say though that we'd like to extend our condolences to Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. His mother would have passed away last night. He's here at the Heads of Government meeting, but he will be leaving early, so he'll be leaving tonight. Because his mother would have passed away last night, so PM Gonsalves will be leaving a bit early from the Heads of Government meeting. I think we have a call online, Devon. Let's go to the call.
Good morning and welcome to Hard Talk. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
And Devon, you see, regarding cricket, anything regarding cricket, right? It's reached that point, anything has to happen, any decision has to be made, you have to make it only in 2 countries. That's Barbados, right? And Antigua. And majority of the time you see is dominant by Bajans, which is unfair. Even the last time when Raw Lewis was general manager, he was removed and replaced by a Bajan guy. Come on, he was doing his job really good, and there was no explanation for that. And this is the kind of politics that is playing in cricket. Or if not now, for many years now, since after the retirement of Vivian Richard, the whole thing, and you look at it, shock come right down to this today, and it's fallen on because of the inside politics of cricket, and there's no need for that. Desmond Hayes on many occasions cleared the air on that,
Man, as I say, I didn't even want to get too deep into the cricket. There's a program on its own.
Yeah, I know.
Cricket is a program on its own.
The reason I called because I used to follow West Indies cricket.
I don't watch that
so much, and since Daisy Hayes was not selected for cricket captain, from that time the whole thing just fall out. The whole thing just the conspiracy stuck inside of it. Yeah.
I can't tell you it's the last team to play. First, I stopped follow that.
Yeah, and I could even tell you as far as that. You know, over the World Cup when they had in West Indies, right? There was statement made that Grenada is number one. Where cricket is concerned, right? And my brother, tell me honest with you, if you hear some statement coming out of Barbados, oh my God, you won't want to hear it. You won't want to hear it.
Man.
And I was so thankful to God that I was exposed to some of the closest, ICC people, and they say themselves, yeah, we have one of the best. We have the best stadium in West Indies, right? And they fail to accept that. No, that it has to be in Barbados, and that is where all the things started. You know, and when anybody want to talk, you have problems.
All right.
There are only pick only West Indies team from the two islands, and don't know with the rest. And whoever want to play on their own, let it play on their own, and you will see you will get a better cricket team.
Yeah. The whole thing.
They want to control everything.
All right, my brother.
Okay,
right.
You enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah,
okay.
I tell you. You know,
why
the first time I get turned off for this, the West Indies Cricket Board and some of the decisions, how they treated Junior Murray. You know, after the Australian tour. I mean, so anyway,
it goes way back. It's not a problem that started in the last few weeks or the last few months or the last few years. This thing is decades. If you could be speaking about Junior Murray in the 1993, 1994, all those period there. For you to be able to be speaking about cricket and the problems from way back then, or the appointment of Desmond Haynes and things,
and all these things,
you have to know
that these decisions affected the whole morale and so. Right? I think.
But one or two other things before we let's go to the phone line then. Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Hi, Devon. Morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
And Sheldon.
Morning, sir.
No, first of all, I want a yellow shirt. I didn't think Ross have, but I think I want one.
It is not yellow. It just seems so under the lights.
So the light playing trick with my eyes then?
Yes. It is not yellow, but there's no problem. All are welcome.
All right.
All are welcome.
All right, correct is right. Anyhow, I listened to this thing last night, and I think Dr. Mitchell was quite wrong when he spoke about Liat and the price being reduced. Because let me tell you, not too long ago, I think it was late last year, when I came Grenada, I paid $126 for a flight. It's one way to come to Grenada, okay? And I can't fly the Caribbean for that. You know, even though I go in Trinidad, it's very scarce. I might get a ticket that flight. But from Fort Lauderdale to Grenada, $126, and that was with Caribbean Airlines. I think that was really cheap. I think if Liat could lower their prices, more people would travel.
And that's
tickets used to also be cheaper when we had Caribbean Star. I think we had. I think there was an airline Caribbean Star. I think that was.
That eventually became part of Liat.
Liat, they integrated.
There was Caribbean Star, and it eventually was bought over by Liat. The planes that were there, everything ended up with Liat as well.
Okay, but when they were flying separate, I think tickets was even cheaper.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was.
I remember going down to Trinidad. 4 of us for $900.
Okay, right.
$900, and 4 of us went to Trinidad.
Look at that, and that's for 4 of y'all. And look at the prices now. Even to go Guyana, which is also part of CARICOM, it's really ridiculous, you know. And we just ride it, just 35 minutes from Grenada to maybe Trinidad or St. Vincent, somewhere around there.
20 minutes to Trinidad.
And I'm flying like 3.5 hours to the U.S. For $126, depending. Look, return ticket now would be like what, $400 and something Caribbean Airlines. So I think Liat can do much better. They can. I think government, and if, as the Prime Minister said last night, if government would just relinquish what they have and let it run as a private entity, it would be more efficient. And then the governments that have Leah going on a downward spiral still are the same ones who refuse Red Jet. Remember Red Jet was seeking permission to fly.
Yes.
I don't know what happened with that, and I think we should have competition. When you have competition, most times you get a better deal.
Mm-hmm.
So anyhow, guys, have a good day. And well, yesterday was the 4th of July, so I couldn't listen earlier. I couldn't call anything yesterday. That was a different day
barbecue
for me.
But the video is online, so you can always get the video online.
All right.
The video of yesterday's program is online.
Right, I'll do that.
All right, my brother.
all right, take care.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye.
Yeah, that's our good friend Leslie out there in Florida.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale.
So we're saying a special good morning to you.
And to all the participants on Facebook, on wherever listening to us, hey, pleasant good morning to you and welcome.
Yeah, and also in his speech yesterday, Prime Minister Mitchell did go into the issue of ICT and how ICT can be used to empower the region.
The
yeah,
linkage. You
Yeah.
know? And he did it. He did an excellent job of it.
Yeah, we have a caller again.
Good morning and welcome to Hard
Sheldon
Talk.
Devon.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sir.
Morning. Sheldon, okay, let's you have a problem. Look at the situation in St. Lucia. Alright? If you have a problem, like you said, with a family, you can't only speak it to one. You have to speak to both family to solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So as the commissioner was saying last night, you have to negotiate with the opposition party and the government to solve the solution. Alright? When you find some leaders who want to try to pressure the government of Venezuela, but you have to speak with both the leader and the opposition of the government and the opposition to solve the problem in Venezuela. Because each and everything that happens in Venezuela, it affects the opposition, it affected the ruling party. Right? And I believe the best solution for each government leaders in the Caribbean to see that they have to get together and come as one everybody should agree that to solve the problem in Venezuela. You cannot only try to pressure the government and letting the other side, the opposition side, do what they want. Alright? And Brother again, concerning Western cricket, I love cricket. But right now, I don't want to hear Western play cricket. I don't want to hear, I don't want to see. To me, if I hear Western win a match, it's like a big surprise to me. We get so accustomed Western losing. Alright? You know, before time we hearing about the big island and small island, and the head, and it starts from the head. If all in Beijing, all in Trinidad could get the team, the players on the Western team, that what they want, and they forget the small island. Alright? So you see,
then best we don't have a West Indies cricket team. Best you have a Trinidad cricket team, a Barbados cricket team, a OECS cricket team, and leave it like that.
Exactly.
Because as long as that is the approach that certain islands want to dominate simply because they're bigger than others, or they may have more people than others, it is unfair.
It's unfair.
Because you have very talented young persons here in the region. For instance, when you look at a small island like Carriacou, where you have young Emmanuel Stewart.
Who's captain
yeah.
right now.
So you have talent within the region and within the small islands and so on that need to be exposed and given the opportunity as well. But they are booted out because other countries just decide I bigger and they boot you out and they put in their people who are mediocre at best, but they're from that island.
Here, what I'll say something.
I really don't want to go into the cricket. I really don't want to go into it.
Like a Western playing green here. Alright, and here are Louis on the team, or Agrinian on the team. And there is someone that is better than them to be on the team. I have no problem with that. You pick the best players. But what we find happening now, the Western cricket will have to pay for the deeds. The way they treat the older players. Look at Hayes and Green and them, and Richard, and how they treat them. Richard said that they say that you must have to play a certain match in the right stripe to be selected for Western Cricket Board to prove something. What Richard had to prove again? What Hayes had to prove again? Right? Look at who play for Western. People that we hear, they will never hear about them. They make a Western team. They can't even make a country team here, but they make a Western team. Favorism.
Man, all right, my brother.
Yeah, and
they'll be playing to empty stadiums
just now,
because people just not interested in going and see
mediocre.
Not when we know for a fact that we have people that are
Best.
capable.
Look, for example,
so-
Sammy.
Mhm.
I mean, who captain the West Indies, right, and win a tournament? I mean, with style. You considering persons, and he's available. You considering persons to lead, and you lack leadership within the team, right? And you're not even considering him. You bring back Gale, and you're not even considering Sammy.
Look at it right here in Grenada. We have Devon. We have
Raw Lewis.
Well, the other gentleman is
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Yeah,
Andre
look at
Fletcher and these guys and so on. And simply because they're from Grenada, it had nothing to do with their ability.
They're from Grenada. Look, Fletcher was on the victorious T20 team gone, and they just drop him.
Yeah, but as I
what
say,
reason?
lovely.
But yeah, it's passionate, but we have to move on.
Oh gosh, I tell you, when you start cricket with West Indians, believe me,
it's a whole deal too. We're talking about it.
Dr. Mitchell in his speech in relation to ICT said, ICT is a critical component of our economies and plays an essential role in connecting our societies. And we've seen that because if you look at the West Indian society between, let's say, 1990 and 2000, and then you take a look between 2000 and 2017, you realize the change. Even here in Grenada, where the majority of persons, and those of us that are elder enough would know that the majority of persons in Grenada who had phones had house phones.
Yep, house phone.
Ivan came, and a lot of persons stopped using their house phone because they had to buy the mobile phones because the lines were down. So they had to buy the mobile phones and so on. And now, while you do have persons that have the home phones, it's not to the level that it used to be before. And the figures are there to show it. If you were to get the figures from like Flow and so, the figures are there to show it. That sort of connectivity no longer exists. People don't go you don't go down the carnage to go and sit in a little booth there, buy a card and sit in a little booth to get a 15-minute international call to some relative overseas again. Or when somebody dies in the family, that you have to go and find a phone booth and put in how much coins to try and... You don't even see... I don't know last time I see a working phone booth.
Yes, for real.
I have no idea last time I saw a working phone booth anywhere on this island. Yeah? But you have to go and find a phone booth or pull whoever in the phone booth out to make a call now to one of your relatives overseas to tell them so-and-so has died and so. And then they can't contact you. You have to tell them when you're going to call again because you have nothing. Now, in 2017, nearly everybody has cell phones.
Everybody.
Children have it. Teenagers have it. Early adults have it.
Age will have it. Senior citizens.
Granny and grandpa have it.
Yeah, granny and them walking with
the 70s and the 80s.
And they WhatsApping them, I think.
And they pulling out bad phone, they're pulling out S7 and S8 and all kind of thing, granny and them pulling out.
I mean, and they deserve that. They went through all the years, going through all this hassle with different phones.
Even better, the technology has become so easy to use that they are able to easily learn how to use it. Some people just afraid. And that's why they don't learn how to use it, but the technology is there.
Simple.
So that in seconds, you find you haven't seen your grandmother in too long, and you're out there in the UK, like my friend Irvin, or you're up in Canada, like Patricia and Matthew, or you're like Leslie in Florida, or you're like our good friend Bernadette in Boston, or you're in New York, like Wade, Kathy, Lady Fran, or one of them, and you want to speak to Granny and you want to see her, that you could just take your phone wherever you are, video call and speak to her. So the technology has evolved from having to write a letter and put 2 pictures inside it that you have to go and wash. Remember, the pictures changed to where it's not snap a picture and then you have to bring it by Peter's photo studio for them to wash. In fact, I am not sure anybody washed photos in Grenada again.
They still ask for passport size pictures and
but what I'm saying, I'm not sure anybody washes photos again.
Yes, you don't see
it's all digital now.
Yeah.
So if you have some, you might have to send in Trinidad or somewhere to wash. I'm not sure anybody washes photos again.
This business is going out.
Yeah. So that's where you start the chemicals, and then some of them young people wondering, what are you talking about? Wash photos? People used to wash pictures?
Imagine.
Yeah, you start to wash it. You start to bring the film, and they have it in a dark room.
In a dark room.
Yeah.
In a big container with some water.
Awful smelling chemicals.
Yes. And they only shaking it around and touch it, and you see it developing.
Yeah.
And you see the thing. That's what it was.
That's what it was. These days, you take your cell phone and you snap the photo and you have it immediate. And if you have a printer at home, you just wirelessly send it to the printer and you print.
Yeah.
So what Prime Minister Mitchell is getting at there is that the way that we connect with our friends and families, the way that businesses connect with each other has evolved. But with that evolution, remember there are challenges as well, because you have cybercrime. You have persons who have been caught here in Grenada, who have been going to teller machines and so and hacking into the teller machines to withdraw monies. Persons from outside of Grenada.
Credit card fraud.
Yeah.
Like that.
Persons that have been stealing credit cards, those different kind of things. It has evolved, so it's easier for us to use things to connect with each other, to do business and so, but it comes with challenges.
Yes, security is paramount. They
Because
go hand in hand.
My personal belief is the mobile phone has developed to the point that already the mobile phone has stopped you walking with a camera. You don't need that.
Exactly.
It has stopped you walking with a still camera and a video camera. Both of them are in the cell phone.
A radio.
It has stopped you having to walk with a radio. It's in the cell phone.
Cell phone.
You don't need a computer. It's in the cell phone.
It's in the cell phone.
And in my view, within a few years, and I'm going to make this prediction that within 10 years, people are going to be doing all their financial transactions off of the mobile phone as well.
Through the phone.
That you put your fingerprint, you put your finger, and it accesses your account, and then you could put how much money you're paying. You go to the supermarket, and you just take your phone, and you put your finger, you scan, and then you put your phone over, and it pays for whatever you're going to do and that sort of thing. Or you could be walking through the supermarket and just scanning the barcodes and know the price of all the goods that you have within your basket and so on. It's going to get to that stage, but we have to prepare for it, which means that the education system
has to be developed.
Yeah. You can't have children coming up and not knowing how to use the technology. And you can't, you have to also understand that there needs to be retraining of the persons within the workforce.
Exactly.
So that they do not become obsolete.
Critical. The retraining of a lot of persons that are already in there.
Devon, in, let's say, 1970 something, I can't talk about them time, so I have to go to Devon for that. I might be old, but I ain't...
yeah, you'd still, man.
My luck's angry. All right. So let me ask, in 1970 something, you going to make a phone call to England, what did you have to do? To England or America, even Trinidad next door?
Well, at that time, you had to go to the telephone company, right, and telephone exchange right there on the carnage, and you had to pay, right, an amount of money, right, and so to get that call, like how much minutes you want to call for, you will pay, and then they'll send you to a little booth, right, and then they'll tell you, okay, use that phone, and then you call to them. I mean, if you are lucky and you had a phone at your home, and so you will call collect, because you wouldn't take the chance to call direct unless you want the big wigs in Grenada at the time. But you will call collect, your family may accept the charges, and so, and then you communicate. You call to a switchboard operator, who would then connect you. Exactly. But switchboard operators became obsolete by the 1990s. They were obsolete. Yeah, they were gone. So you had persons who may have worked as a switchboard operator that by the 1990s, that job became redundant. You had persons who were the guys that went about and collected the coins from the phone booths and so, that job became redundant. Forget that, the persons who maintained them, who went and fixed them and sprayed them with a little disinfectant and so on a daily basis and so, that gone. And in the UK, what they have embarked on in the UK right now, they have embarked, because of Brexit and other things, they have embarked on a retraining program for their entire workforce. For those who are coming up to enter the workforce, they've started training in ICT. And for those who are already in the workforce, what they are doing is that they realize, like in the instance of the switchboard operator, that the equipment that is replacing that person needs to be set up, needs to be repaired, or even needs to be improved. So instead of just leaving it like that and saying, well, the switchboard operator go find something else to do, they have started the process of retraining persons so that they would be the ones who are developing the software, who are building the computer technology, building the computers and so on, who are programming, so that instead of losing jobs, they are creating new markets. And I think when Prime Minister speaks about ICT and the importance of ICT and taking it in the context of the Caribbean region, the regional approach has to be that this is the way we're going.
that we're going to train our people. So instead of people losing job, whether your job was going and pick coconut every day, yeah, that you could be retrained to do it and do it better, to incorporate the latest technology in it, so that you know, look, this thing could scan and tell you that coconut, that grab good, that grab ain't good, so you could use your time and go there to do your job more efficiently. But some people trying to get in. Let's see, we have a caller.
Yes, morning.
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 Being that all these CARICOM heads of prime ministers this year, I heard the prime minister talking about West Indies cricket.
Yeah.
Don't you think it was more fitting that he talk about Crico and Baiko?
I believe that issue is one of the issues that would be discussed during the sessions that are taking place right now as well. He would speak about cricket. It's one of the regional issues, but Clico and Baiko, as far as I know, is supposed to be on the agenda of one of the meetings that are taking place while they are meeting in these meetings now. And I can assure you as well that the Prime Minister of Grenada, even if the other OECS countries don't want to, will be taking up that issue with Prime Minister Frindle Stewart of Barbados and Prime Minister Keith Rowley of Trinidad.
I will be keenly listening.
Yeah, so it's, you see, what he gave is a speech. That's the speech at the beginning. He mentioned some issues there. But it is definitely going to come up in the bilateral meetings, the different meetings that are taking place on the sidelines, and the general meet. Right now they're meeting. Okay, yeah, he's gone. Yeah, definitely that will be coming up.
One of the things that Prime Minister also stressed on in his address, right, he implored the leaders of the Caribbean, the political leaders, that look, you cannot do it alone, right? I mean, look at what I have done, right? And getting into office in 2013, he showed them, he said, look, I had to go or institutionalize a committee of social partners that can help, right, in moving Grenada forward, the different ideas, the pool that was developed, and look at the results. I mean, Grenada is much better off now in terms of governance, right, because of the system that was put in place when he decides to get all the social partners on board and meet them every month. So it is a strategy that can be applied to the different countries and get good results, you know.
And you see, we have to understand too, when you're speaking of the social partners, that Prime Minister was asking for that to be taken by the regional body now. So instead of just the politicians on a regional level meeting and coming up with what they consider to be solutions to issues, that instead in each country you get the brightest minds, the most educated persons who may not necessarily be involved in politics, but maybe in a trade union from a country, or maybe a church leader from a particular country, or maybe someone in civil society in Jamaica, or civil society in Turks and Caicos, or in Dominica, that you get these persons together and that these persons act as an advisory body to CARICOM or to OECS and so on. That you take that approach instead of heads always thinking that they alone have the entire thing. Yeah, that you get these persons involved. And I think, Devon, that's a very important aspect of the speech as well.
Yeah, because you see, in going forward, right, Dr. Mitchell, the experienced statesman, he understands that all these years being in politics, the challenges that he have met, he realized that, look, you know what? As leaders, right, as community leaders, political leaders, and so, we cannot do it alone. We have to adopt an approach where we involve everyone that can contribute, right, towards the development of the country or the region. We must pull them on board. And I mean, when you're hearing the elder statesman of the Caribbean saying that, I mean, that is something, because he has experienced that. He has lived it, and he's in his twilight. He's in the departure lounge.
The departure lounge of his
political career. and he's smiling at that. That's the beautiful thing about Dr. Mitchell.
He could smile.
He could smile, and he's enjoying his moments.
It has some men that leave that and
they
vex, they fight.
They ain't reach yet to them, but they face hard. How you going to enjoy the thing? You want to fix the thing, you want to enjoy the thing, but you don't reach it yet and look at the approach that you're taking. Come on, guys. You know, I mean, I just had to see that, Sheldon.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's important to say that. Some other points from Prime Minister's address yesterday. Yeah, because certain people don't want you to hear these things. They don't want you to know these things. Yeah, I know if a good partner of mine could have this speech ready for me by the end of the program. So when the program ends, we could play it.
We could play it again.
I'm a good partner in Border me now. Yeah. Good partner, hear me yet?
We'll call the fella in Party Grenada. He might help us.
Party Grenada. Is it possible? PartyGrenada.com. Is it possible we could have the Prime Minister's address at yesterday's conference by the end of the program so that we could play it, please? Nice.
Send it for us. We'll organize.
Yeah, link the eye.
Yeah, link the eye. Shed it love.
Prime Minister also yesterday, he spoke of the Caribbean blue economy. A recent study by the World Bank. Now here's what. Our blue economy is worth $409 billion US.
Billion. So you're talking about over $1 trillion.
Yeah, because here's what you're talking about there. You're talking about fishing. Mm-hmm. You're talking about the tourism industry that incorporates aspects of the blue economy and so that
the whole environment, the mangrove, the protected areas of our countries.
So in other words, we have to protect as well as utilize.
Exactly.
We utilize it, but we have to protect it as well.
Exactly.
So we can't be overfishing, damaging fishing areas and that sort of thing.
Control.
It has to be a certain balance in how we do things. Yeah?
See, the world's a cycle.
Yeah. I'm going through the address here as well, and I'm also seeing a very interesting figure that, as he said in the speech, should be of concern to us, that as Caribbean countries, we are paying 200 to 500% more for electricity than developed countries.
Yeah, that is
not crucial. 20%, not 30%, not 40%,
more,
200, and in some instances 500% more.
Come on,
than
man.
Developed countries.
We have to do better than that. As a people, we have to do better than that.
Yeah, that is why, and he went on to speak about the importance of renewable energy, geothermal, solar, and wind energy as leading sources of energy in the Caribbean region by 2030. And we know a lot of funding has become available through the small island development states and other agencies and so.
In which he is
the chair.
He's also chairing.
Yeah, the Small States Forum.
And you know the small states will benefit, not just Grenada, he's working on behalf of the small states. So they all will benefit from a lot of these grants and so that is available to help develop our economy.
Because we are the first ones affected by climate change.
Yep.
We are the first ones that are affected by climate change. When the waters start rising, I mean, if the water were to rise by a few feet, it means therefore the Carnage gone. It means that Granan's beach is gone. Most of the beach, in fact all the beaches,
the port.
Gone. If the waters only rise by about 3 or 4 feet, that's it. We don't have no Carnage. That's gone. That's underwater. You turn like Venice. You're underwater there.
Imagine places around like Guave and Victoria, around these coastal areas and
Guave and
what will happen?
Sobeys, gone.
Marquis, St. Patrick's,
gone.
You know, so these are the things that we have to be concerned about, and what things that we can do to help,
alleviate that. Because if you continue to have climate change taking place at the rate that it's taking place,
we're in problem.
In a few years from now, we'll be talking about certain parts of Grenada in the past tense. The Granans area. A lot of the Granans area, even where Spiceland Mall is, you might be surprised. Spiceland Mall, all these areas, and then with a few feet rise in the water level, they're gone. The hotels that are along the beach, they're gone. Yeah, so we have to play our part in protecting the environment. And also it's a good thing that as the small island developing states and the Small States Forum and so on, that Grenada, with Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell, is the lead country in relation to that particular issue. So that we are the forefront of fighting the cause on behalf of all the small island states.
And hey, they definitely can expect a lot of good results and so, because you have the elder statesman there with the experience, and he knows what the Caribbean as a people, what we need.
Yeah.
Right? He knows that.
Yeah, let's open all the phone lines again. 440-7377, 347-329-3101. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on to today's program. And yeah, earlier the caller mentioned Clico and Baiko.
Yeah, Clico and Baiko.
Yeah, I think some persons attempt to give the impression that it's the government of Grenada or it's the government of St. Vincent. No, the government's only role they can play in this is to try political pressure and speak to the countries like Trinidad and Tobago and Barbados. We can't go to war with them.
No, we can't.
We can't invade the country and take the money back. Yeah? But there can be political pressure that can be brought to bear against those countries and negotiations to ensure that those persons, that the millions of dollars that I want to say are lost, because I believe people will get back a portion of it and should get back a portion of it at least. But that those monies that are now tied up, somehow, somewhere, those monies have to come back, and sooner rather than later. And you could be assured it is an issue that will come up for discussion. That issue in passing, you talk about how much $1 million that out of the Grenadian economy that could be back here right now, you know.
Exactly. Millions of dollars.
Yeah, some people it's hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, and persons, I mean, if they have some businessmen, some individual persons who, if they have that money, they would be able to invest into Grenada, create more employment, and so on, and the country move forward. But again, as we say, we have to do it collectively. We have to not fight and rant and rave, but we have to negotiate. Continue to negotiate so we can reach an amicable settlement. Everybody can feel happy.
Yeah, the approach has to be discussion towards an end. You want to ensure that at the end of it, that the Grenadian people receive their just due, that they get their money. You have to make sure that that is the approach.
Oh, by the way, today, the 5th of July, is the anniversary of the Republic of Venezuela, the Bolivian Republic of Venezuela, independence.
Oh, today is Independence Day in Venezuela.
Over 200 years, I think it's 216.
Happy Independence Day, Venezuela.
And I think they have a small ceremony, they had a small ceremony, perhaps it's still going on, down at the Bolivian housing scheme down there, you know, and so it's a small ceremony that that they'll be having, and so down there. It started around 10 o'clock.
All right.
So yeah, happy birthday, Venezuela. And we understand the turmoil and whatever that is, not turmoil, but the difficulties that the country is facing right now. And as a people, and as again I say it, as from the Caribbean leaders and the people of the Caribbean, dialogue, negotiate. We must entertain the Venezuelan people and not just one section of the Venezuelan people, because it affects everybody.
Yeah. So once again, good morning to all of you on the live feed this morning. Hope that you all are having a wonderful day. I'm seeing Edward, Paul, Lulu is there. Brenda, Chris.
Yeah, Brenda, morning.
Yeah, same morning.
Yeah,
Alma.
Juke me.
Yeah, another Brenda. Yeah. I ain't gonna say which Brenda. Leslie. Hey, also, let me say a special good morning to Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy, good morning.
Shags, man. Good morning, Shaggy. Yeah,
bro.
Hope you're having a wonderful day.
Yeah,
it's really sad. It's really sad to see the sort of attacks that continues against the media. Yeah. That continue against the media.
Attacks.
Yeah, it's really, really sad to see the attacks that continue against the media on a daily basis by members of the National Democratic Congress.
On a daily basis.
Yeah. Morning to all of my regional friends who are here this morning, and they're listening. And they're listening from, some of them on the outskirts of the meeting and so on. Yeah. My good friend from Jamaica, Kim, morning. I hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. And my friends from St. Lucia and Turks and Caicos and different countries and so on. Understand? Nice. I hope all of you, Bahamas, and so, I hope all of you are having a fabulous morning this morning on the island of Grenada. I hope you availed yourself of Grandans Beach very early this morning.
The Prime Minister said, drink plenty honey.
Yeah.
Sweet Grenada.
We also have something called Clark Scott. We have something called Rivers.
We have something called Woodman.
I would advise you all not to touch those things until the end of the day's work.
the end of a 2 days work, not the day, eh?
And to ensure that you have nothing serious to do when you have started the process of interfering with those.
Exactly.
Yeah? All right. Just making it clear. Just,
you know,
I love you all. You know me already. I shall learn. You know me.
As a Grenadian, we welcome all. We love you all. But, you know, we have to let you know that how far you can go.
Yeah.
Yes, you know?
So my good friends who are here from the various countries and so on, I have some partners on the St. Lucian team and the Jamaican team. And you know me and Jamaica already. Yeah, you know, I'm a yard man. So
careful.
Strange enough, I have no friends on the Trinidad team. So, yeah. Strange enough. But anyhow, strange enough.
I go see what I have to see.
Yeah. But it's wonderful to have you all here and so on. But let me reach back home a little bit, boy. Yeah, it's interesting with the National Democratic Congress to see the attacks that they are throwing at the media on a daily basis. And I'm wondering why go down. Okay, I think we have a caller.
Why go down that road? Good morning and welcome to Hard Talk. Good morning. Hello. Yes, good morning.
I love the way you articulated that one, man. You had me laughing here. It's a good brethren, man. Good morning to you.
Hey, partners, you good? You got one time? Yeah. We have several persons that are within the bowels of the National Democratic Congress. Quote unquote, the party with no seats.
Yeah.
Just for those of you that may not know, the party with no seats. Bicycle better than them.
Yeah, the bicycle more like have one seat.
More like a roller skates. Yeah. Anyhow, and they keep attacking the media, and I keep wondering why. If it's not an attack on Brenda Batiste, it's an attack on Shaggy Duncan. It's an attack on Andre Donald. It's an attack on you and me. I'm a political activist. I expect attacks. Me ain't care. Attack me. So
every day. That's how it is.
Yeah. But do I expect me to stay silent when you do?
Of course,
I will answer.
No.
I have a constitutional right. I can answer in various forms and formats. I can answer. But I'm saying here that I think it's very important that they temper the approach, and I'm giving a piece of advice here. Temper your approach to people. That vagabondish kind of way of dealing with people because they don't share the same view with you. It's disgusting. Yeah.
Hello?
We have a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, that person may have changed their mind.
Change their mind.
Yeah, they have a kind of vagabondish way of how they address people, of how they deal with people, of how they approach people. And it's not the best thing.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Let's try this way. Good morning. Okay, that person has changed their mind as well. Are they changing all your mind? No problem.
Don't be afraid. Let's have that conversation.
No problem. It may be a problem on my end. So if it is, I humbly apologize if the problem is on our end. But please, remember when you're calling, listen on the phone, because I think I'm hearing in the background the radio, which means some of you are listening radio. Morning.
Hey, Cami.
Yes, it's us. Go ahead.
Yes, Cami.
Yes, child, you know. Hold on, I hear you low. Anyhow, let me talk if you could hear me. Patty, good morning.
Yes, go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Patty and Matthew. Matthew was jealous and I say hi to him. Yes, good morning, Patty and Matthew. I want to send a message for Patty. I know she's listening before she go to work. Tell Katian to tell the lady pastor the Grammy. She going back up to New York. I'm trying to get her and I can't get her. But I know she has listened to the program. So, Patty, call Katian in Brooklyn and tell her friend to pass and pick up the lamb to bring up for. And Mr. Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you can find out for me if the road work open up yet.
Okay.
The road work.
I'll find out.
There's so much a bush. They're not maintaining that road at night at all.
Okay.
We have so much a beautiful road and so much a bush and garbage there.
Okay.
So find out for me, please.
Okay, my love.
All right,
Thank
darling.
you very much, and don't get fed up with Miss Cammy.
Never
All
happened.
right, darling. Bye.
That is Cammy. How you gonna get fed up with Cammy?
Man.
So I believe though that the debushing program should be beginning soon.
Yeah, anytime,
if not
anytime.
next, I think might even be as early as next week.
It's possible.
I will confirm that. Thank you very much for reminding me about that, Cammy, because I have to confirm this week when it's starting. Because next thing you know, it's starting this week.
Yeah.
But I have to confirm, and I'll make sure and say it on air when the debushing program is starting.
Definitely.
All right, and then you have identified the area inside by you as one area that a
One
team
area,
needs to go.
definitely.
So that as well need to pass that information on. So nothing is wrong if Cammy call and say inside by she have a lot of tabo. She get nice road.
Yes, you had to maintain it.
Used to be boots and thing, Cammy. And
Yeah.
Cammy had to careful how she walking out there. She the fall and thing.
Boss didn't want to go up there and drop Cammy, you know.
Right now, limousine.
Limousine, Papa.
Yeah.
She choosing bus to go up there now.
Yeah.
I tell you.
But we are saying, but somebody else is calling. So let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello, morning.
Morning.
Yes, good morning, my dear.
You're live.
to speak to Sheldon.
Yes, you're live caller. Go right ahead.
Hey,
You're live. Go right ahead.
I called you to tell you the road work starting tomorrow, please, lad.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Okay, thank you.
So you know who's speaking, eh?
Yes, my dear. I know that voice too well.
Bonzi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the road work starting tomorrow, please, lad.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye bye. So the road work is starting tomorrow. Yeah. So we got. You see, that's the thing. Hard talk people listening.
See, and it starts on a Thursday again because of the whole August holiday,
Yeah.
the weekend, and you know.
If you're paying the people on the Friday, you start on the Thursday. So you Thursday to
Exactly.
Thursday, Thursday to Thursday, and they pay the
Exactly.
Friday. Duh.
Exactly. Duh. Simple.
They will say, "Oh, they started it on a Thursday. They want to do it." Yeah.
Make all kind of, but you know.
Well, you see, that's and look, somebody hit us with it on the chat as well.
As a chat as well.
You see, it's important for us to have sensible discourse in relation to issues and so. There are some persons that try to muddy the water on issues that are simple as the simplest are issues. Yeah? The simplest are issues, and they come to try and muddy the waters in relation to it because they're trying to create that platform for their lives to evolve.
Confusion.
And that's why they hate hard talk.
Definitely.
That's why they hate Devon.
They hate us with a passion.
That's why they hate me.
With a passion.
They try to create that platform for their lives to germinate and grow and blossom and then drop more seeds.
But we standing right between
them
and the people of Grenada.
Right now, I'm like, what do you call it again, boy, that we decide they use a grammar zone. I'm the grammar zone each time they try to plant their lives. I'm the grammar zone. And watch him there. That is the pest manager, you know. Yeah, you want to get rid of pests. This is the man. So while I'm grammar zone, this is the man that deals with pests.
Yeah, for those.
So that team, they afraid it.
And those little pests that feel they run in corner and hide and run. No, I'm coming after you too. You ain't getting away.
I mean, in the final
the roaches and the ants and everything.
You know, very interesting. I was listening to Dum Dum this morning.
Yeah, as usual.
No, not as usual.
No,
I don't always listen to him.
Not you listening, but I mean.
But I listened to him for a period this morning, and I heard him basically calling certain seats and saying, NDC have a chance here, there, and so on. But you know, I've been saying something about Mr. Dr. George Vincent, and he proved it this morning. He called all kind of people. He ain't calling Dr. George Vincent. He say, Franca working hard.
Yeah.
This one working hard, that one working. He would not call Dr. George Vincent. And it says a lot to me. It says one, that he's either calling on the NDC to change Dr. Vincent from St. John.
Because hey, he have
ambition to
ambition to get there.
I know about that.
Yeah,
if he have ambition, he have ambition.
So, yeah.
Everybody could have ambition.
Of course.
Yeah, but me I know about that. If he have ambition, he have ambition. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but I think that silence with Dr. Vincent.
But it wasn't really silence. Because when they say for themselves, they specifically call out certain seats. And then they refuse to mention the seat, where they voting, where they from. That says something to you. It says something about the state at the NDC, and it says something about the state at the NDC within the St. John constituency. Alvin, rest it on them again.
Take it to them.
Rest it on them again.
They ain't getting away with that at all.
Because you see, it's he was saying some people laid back and some people lackadaisy and that kind of thing. And it's interesting because sometimes it's not so much what people say, it's what they don't say.
Exactly.
And I was listening and I realized that by and by, he is selling out. Which seats they're going after. So he's saying, oh, Saint, he mentioned St. Mark, he mentioned St. George Northwest, he mentioned Tonga St. George, he mentioned them at all. He barely mentioned South St. George. He barely mentioned it.
With some reservation.
Yeah. And then to talk about St. David and that kind of thing, but skipping certain places. Like he ain't going by Emlyn at all. He ain't touching he ain't touching St. Andrew Southeast.
He can't go by Delma at all.
He ain't touching there. Yeah. But talking about Southwest and Northeast. You understand? So you realize where they are aiming. But you also realize, I mean, okay, they actually have a candidate for St. Mark, you know. Yeah, good morning to the staff at the Bonaire School.
Oh yes, good morning, especially to the wonderful cooks. And after all the cooking, good girl.
Yeah, and let's say good morning to Miss Bernice up there in Richmond Hill, and to Baker Man down there on H.A. Blaze Street.
And the immigration officers, I'm going to get a hit on the head.
Our immigration officers, prison officers, police officers, everybody.
Wonderful inspector there in immigration.
But it says a lot about these areas. I realize Dr. George Vincent now understand why over the last 4 years they never used to bring you on any television program.
At all.
They never used to bring you on any radio program. They hardly ever used to put him, I think, maybe about 2 or 3 press conferences he's been to. And it's only when we exposed, because they listen and then they take advice from us, so let's give them some more. It's only when we expose the fact that they never put Persuader on a television or radio program, that they rush and get him and put him, give us a call.
And they give him 2 programs, 2-1 back to back, you know.
They had never put Persuader on a television or radio program. Now, I know there was a certain doctor and other people they were looking at to replace Persuader in St. David. We know that is a fact. That is not a joke. The NDC was looking to replace him. And they interviewed several people, including Dr. F. We know. Yeah, I know what I'm saying. Leave me alone. They were looked at several people to replace him, and then people and them say, me ain't coming and take that licks up there.
At all.
So you realize that in St. John with the NDC, they have a serious issue, boy. They have a serious issue. Already they have not been promoting the gentleman.
No.
Already they have been giving him a very low profile. And then even when he's in Parliament, in the Senate, he either says very little, or what he says is next to nothing, or he doesn't come.
Yeah, or he's absent.
So he has a very low profile, and it says a lot.
So they basically give up that one already.
Yeah.
Now, Qualis is another one they're trying a thing with. After they have, I mean, they were so ruthless with him. They basically almost throw him out. They even wanted to bring in persons like Wizard and them to replace him. But you know, because he have his money and he's sort of independent.
It's only because he have money that they're keeping him around.
And now they're giving him like a play on the radio and the thing to make him, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good morning and welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Good morning to you too.
Good morning.
Yes,
my favorite host.
Thank you.
Listen, I just want to say how proud I am of Grenada and how especially proud I am of the government, especially the leadership, and in particular Dr. Mitchell for the way he's been leading our country and the recognition we've been getting not only in the region but throughout the world. I am also proud of the way things went yesterday and that we're hosting this great event with the heads of government in the CARICOM. And I want to say that Dr. Mitchell is displaying exemplary leadership qualities for the youth that will be coming up to take over in the future. I hope they're mirroring him as much as possible, because he will not be there forever. And Grenada is on an enviable path in the Caribbean. And hats off to all Grenadians, because we once Grenada has a good name, we all share in that good name, and it's just a shining time for our country, and I'm proud of that. Before I go, I just want to say that Sheldon, we're still looking for Miss Eslyn Handel.
Okay.
And these people are like sisters to me. And we already lost the sister that had the accident in Perseverance. Yes. And now she's missing, and it's really, really hard for the family. And I just hope that Grenadians are aware, and they'll help us, as far as possible, keep eyes open, so that, somebody somewhere somehow will find her, would have seen her, give the information to the police, and so on, and that we can really put closure to this, and I just hope that when she's found, that she'll be found in good health. She had a stroke. It didn't affect her physically, but it affected her speech a little bit and her memory. Mm-hmm. So, that is a concern that, since Monday she's missing, and she has no medication, she has no phone with her, anything like that.
Let me ask a question here.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a sighting of her in the Montu area?
That's what we were told. We were told that, yes, there was a sighting of her in the Montu area. And somebody said they saw her in Tong yesterday. Other people said that they saw her on St. John Street. And then now the sister is telling me that somebody said they saw her in Grand Anse today. I don't know. Last night. I don't know. We just don't know.
Okay. So we'll be asking all
But should
Canadians.
Anybody find her, they can call the police, or they can call 520 2556.
2556.
Yes, 520-2556 or 416-6032.
Okay.
Yes, they can call any of those numbers. We put up some flyers yesterday in town, just so that people can see what she looks like who don't know her, and keep us informed.
Okay.
But it's a very, very disheartening and troubling time for the family, and, for those of us who are close to them,
All right. Well, we'd like to thank you for your call.
Yes, you're welcome.
Indeed, we'd like to say,
as always. And again, Grenada on the move.
All right,
no
right
stopping.
No stopping.
All right. Take care, you all. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, saying a special good morning to our friends down there. Gentle Dental Care. Yeah, if you're passing in town and you don't have on shades, careful when you're passing by Gentle Dental. Somebody might step out from inside there with their teeth so white, the sun might hit it and cause temporary blindness.
Yes, temporary blindness.
So you should wear shades when you're passing around that particular area. You're here.
Yeah, and you have a particular woman there, she got the hands of an angel.
Yeah, boy, you doesn't even know when she touch you there and thing, and you don't know what's going on.
Good morning, Doc. Have a good day.
But that's about all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's now a few minutes after the hour of 12 o'clock. I'd like to apologize for the stations. And what we're going to do now is we're going to broadcast the address by Prime Minister Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell at yesterday's CARICOM Heads of Government opening ceremony. Right now the heads are in meeting, and we'd like to congratulate them. So we're going to play that speech right about now for you. Devon, closing statements?
Well, hey, it's been an educational program as usual, and we basically tend to look at the Prime Minister's speech, break it down and so, and now you have a chance to listen it in its entirety. Hey, Grenada, this has been Hard Talk.
All
right.
right.
A controversial program.
In whatever you say, whatever you do it.
And hey,
safe and secure, because you want to be, we want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. That's all the time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you to all the stations. Goodbye.
Beautiful Grenada.
This next head of government is a